To come in. Rewind that. Yes. Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is another video of Experience is a Great Teacher. Subject: application of knowledge. How to apply the information that is given. Application of knowledge. How to apply what you learn, what you so-called know. And this is how to know it, and there's deeper meaning behind it. It's your girl Angie B. Element. Yeah. We're gonna send respect, peace, and blessings and prayers of comfort to the families of 9/11. 9/11, the day that a tragedy happened in New York, the day that things happen across the world. Yet, we want to focus on the life of the living right now. And right now, we also want to give props to the maker of this music. Awesome. Futuristic track. Check your peoples out. You can find this artist, this producer, under the name BASIYR Beats. Have to give mad respect and props to the artists that create their art so that we can all support best way we can. And things happen according to the divine plan. So what we're going to do is keep going with this information. Let's stop that. We're going to keep going with this information. You know how everyone has a eureka moment. A eureka moment, that moment when it hits you, you know, the information hits you. And from my experience and understanding more of what I was taught from times of being in church all the way up to these moments, decades have passed now, and I am understanding more of what a lot of scholars and everything possibly already learned. And even from there was a scripture that was that came upon a video I watched yesterday where they were speaking about different people in the Bible who fasted. And in that fasting, those days of fasting, they had claimed to have seen God or seen an angel of God and experienced the God with a message. And some were given ideas, some were given dreams, some were given things that can change the world around them and change the world within them. So I want to touch on one of those things. All throughout these times, even with what's happening now, health is wealth. That's what we're always taught, right? I'm going to give you an example of what they're saying. So I get it now. It's the circulatory system. Circulatory system, man. It's how your body is like a machine. It is a machine. The body go where the head go. So I get it now. You cannot reach the divine entity because everything is reached within the mind. The mind is like a spaceship or whatever. It's an information system. It receives signals and vibrations. That sends messages to the rest of our bodies. You know, and when we come in collaboration with the wrong entities that have the wrong information in there, your body becomes diseased. It becomes diseased because you are mingling with the wrong entities. And then when the right entity come around, some of the secrets, sometimes they can help heal you and cure you. So we need to remember that, right? Because it was spoken in the Bible, but it wasn't broken down. So the thing is, how they say they receive the messages. I get it now. So when you place the wrong things in your body, which was another video, another thing that's coming, when you put the wrong things in your body, and then in biblical times, it's showing that these people fasted. Why do you have to fast? Because you have to get rid of all human stuff, all carnal things out of your system, all of the things we call food, the meats and all of that, so that the divine light could be able to just enter into you. Because one of the things, when you think your body is starving or when it's dying, that is when the light comes to save you. It comes to enter you and give you the correct ideas and everything that you need. But when the body has consumed the wrong things inside, there's clotting, there's poor circulation. And so the messages can't reach that internal nervous system. It can't reach that. Your nerves get out of whack because it's trying to get to its savior. It's trying to get to that mind. It needs to send those signals to that mind, which goes also into when they say, when you reach a certain level, you can attract the things that you need and that you desire and that you want. That's why they said it's always there for you. You just have to believe and have to receive it. But you cannot receive it when things are your blood, your DNA. It has information in it. Like they say, there's information in there, electricity in there. It flows, and the faster it flows, the faster you can get to the certain dimensions inside the collection, the connection between your system and the solar system. The solar system, right? So that you can receive all those things that you envision. When God said, let there be light, he saw light and it came upon. He was pure, clean, clear. So there was nothing stopping that system from flowing and bringing the ideas to life. And sometimes we're doing these things, they're happening in the background. Sometimes you're wondering like, hey, how did that get there? I was thinking of something like that and then it actually appeared. You're manifesting these things without even knowing you're manifesting, because it's moving at a slower rate. But when your body, when your temple is flowing the right way, is healthy, you can become aware, and you can do these things intentionally. It is all throughout the Bible. It is all throughout all these books and everything that tell you how to reach the divine entity, how to, even when they meditate and do yoga and all of this, it is still a way of trying to allow your body, your internal system, to flow clearly, to flow naturally, so that it can push that information where it needs to go. When you ask for healing, it pushes it. You have pressure, even if you have nerve damage and all of that, you can still request healing. But it requires an act of what they call fasting. When you fast, your body starts to burn off of the things that is already in it. So it is possible for it to say, okay, there's enough cholesterol in here, there's oil in here, there's fat in here, there's other things inside this body, this mucus that's here, plaqued up inside the walls, the linings of the information system, the loopholes and all of that. Let's burn this out. I could testify for that. When I started off, I was 200 and some pounds after having my children, and we went through. There was a serious, it was a seriousness to it, because the diabetes had gotten out of control. My body had become imbalanced a lot. The medical system, the insurance did not allow for them to give me the correct information of actually being healed. It was just prolonging the problem with just different medications and poisons into my liver and all of that. So I'm not going to go too deep into that, but just to say that it took a serious boot camp type of thing. And then there was a day where I felt like I could not get around. Like there was a track inside the park, and I believe it was like half a mile. It was a round circle, like about half a mile. And I said, I can't do it. You know, I had told my family, I said, I can't do it. I was like, no, because it hurts to run for the bus. But um, a dear friend of mine at the time was like, okay, just run. And then he pulled me and he was like, I'm not going to let you go. You got to keep going. So I was even taking baby steps, and it was like hurting because I thought at the time that just meant I was thick. So I'm just running, got around the whole thing, and kind of collapsed to the ground. But most of that was myself just giving up. And he was angry and he said, now watch what happens. Watch what your body does. And he was like, you think that you're finna die or finna pass out. Watch what your body does. I laid there, and I kid you not, in 2 to 5 minutes, my body got a second wind, jumped up, because it's also the will that I had inside. My body jumped up and gave me the strength because my mind had said, you can do this. You know, I hadn't reached a point to where my circulation was cut off and all of that. I was still young and still youthful, but I was young I was young in the phase of like young with an older person's body or mindset. So when it got me up and I got around there again, I was like, oh my gosh, I did this. You know, it was a structured run. So it was disciplined, a disciplined type of exercise. And, you know, I just grew up thinking that, you know, you just have fun or whatever. Sometimes you have to discipline yourself. I got around there again, and that turned into at least a mile. And after that, start doing daily exercises of that every morning. And I went from running a mile in like 14 minutes to down to 12 minutes, then to 11 minutes. And the last time I was able to do that, it was like about 7 minutes. Run a mile in about 7 minutes because I timed myself. Each time I challenged myself. So, what happened from that? Is it still recording?
Yes.
What happened as a result from that? I kid you not. Within a matter of 2 months, 2 to 3 months, I had taken off that extra 100 pounds. Even my son and my children would run with us. And I felt my body just scientifically, that showed me what the body is capable of doing, what this thing, this shell we've been placed inside, what it is capable of doing. It is such a special, wonderful thing, a wonderful gift, and it must be taken care of. And it's easier said than done. It's a bit hypocritical of me when I've been up and down, up and down, up and down, changed my lifestyle of eating so many times out of fear of what other people would think. You have to have a strong mind to be able to live the correct lifestyle to allow you to live as long as the Queen Elizabeths and other people across the world that make it to 90 some years of age and to 100. It has to be a very disciplined lifestyle. You have to really remove yourself from the carnal world and understand the spiritual. And even all throughout biblical times, I am noticing every time they said that someone has seen God, experienced God, gotten so high to the point where they can even experience that, see Jesus Christ and all of this. They have cleared their lymphatic system, their nervous system, their circulatory system was so clear that the information was moving so fast that they were able to travel into multidimensional worlds because they're not eating or living the way normal people are living, like with stress and worry, with bad eating habits, bad living habits. You know, so So even down to what people consider the demons or whatever of the world, they still have a discipline